What is it about Pigeon Forge that brings in over 11 million visitors a year? Well, in today's video, we'll take a look at the top attractions in Pigeon Forge and help you figure that out. Welcome to Bear Facts, where we explore the Smoky Mountains one bear fact at a time. 13.2 square miles isn't all that big, but Pigeon Forge is one of the most visited cities in all of Tennessee, bringing in an annual revenue of over $1.5 billion a year from tourism alone. And the thing is, this city has only 6,000 residents, give one or two. What is bringing over 1 million tourists a year here? The thing is, this Pigeon Forge has taken what they were given and went with it. And you might ask, what were they given? Well, the Smoky Mountains, of course. Even though Pigeon Forge isn't bordering the mountains themselves, the town has spectacular views of them and are an ideal location for visitors who want to be close to nature, yet not too far from the convenience of civilization. The city was basically built around what is now called 441 and parts of 321. But Pigeon Forge is just called the Parkway. Less confusing that way. Most of the main attractions, restaurants, and shopping are on the Parkway, but there are a few ones that you need to leave the Parkway to find. One thing I struggled with when writing this video was narrowing down the massive list of things to do and keep the video length to about 20 minutes. A daunting feat, to be sure, because Pigeon Forge has a lot of attractions. So I will move quickly through the attractions and only hit on the really big ones. Also, I won't be covering any shopping or food venues in this video, though keep an eye out for my channel. I will be getting to them eventually. Let's start with the biggest fish in the barrel and go from there. If you haven't figured out what attraction I'm talking about, let me be more clear. Dollywood. This massive theme park has a strong foothold in the mountains and brings in over 3 million visitors alone, making it one of the biggest, most visited destinations in all of Tennessee. If you're curious as to why I think they have become so popular, I just finished a video on Dollywood talking about the attraction in more length. I left a link in the description. But the park is a monster. They have a big following and they keep growing. With all they have to offer, it makes sense that they are the biggest attraction in Pigeon Forge. Adjacent to Dollywood is another popular attraction, Dollywood Splash Country, which is one of the only water parks in Pigeon Forge. This attraction draws in a lot of visitors during the warm Tennessee months and is extremely popular. Now, where Ripley's has a monopoly on attractions in Gatlinburg, Dolly Parton has her hand on many of the top attraction venues in Pigeon Forge. Pigeon Forge has a lot of dinner shows, and since I said I wasn't covering food, I won't talk about them much, but I will list them since they are also entertainment. Dolly Parton Enterprise Groups owns and operates almost all of the top dinner shows in the area. They have 4 shows, and they are all in Pigeon Forge. Here's a quick rundown. I'll start with the Dolly Parton Stampede, which is one of the most popular shows in the area. The show combines storytelling, music, stunts, acrobats, and horsemanship all in one show. The Christmas show is one of the most popular as they get to include camels and other fun nativity critters when the show gets their seasonal overlay. The Pirate Voyage is an adventure on the high seas with a little storyline and a few seals mixed in with their water acts and stunts. This is a great show for families who have younger kids since they are entertained by the pirates and animals, and the adults can appreciate the artistry of the acts. The Hatfield and McCoy show takes a very serious and true story of a local family feud and spins it into a colorful, funny dinner show. Though this show has a lot of slapstick humor and over-the-top acting to keep the younger audience engaged, the show is still better for an older audience. And the last of the Dolly shows is the Comedy Barn, which is a family-style comedy act. This one isn't actually a dinner show. Dolly doesn't own all of the shows in Pigeon Forge. The Mystery Murder Dinner Show is also in Pigeon Forge, as well as Paula Deen's Lumberjack Dinner Show. I've actually never been to either one, but have heard good reviews about both. The last bigger show I will point out is The Array, which was recently opened in Pigeon Forge. The Array replaced another show that used to be in that building, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was. I do recall it had a patriotic theme. If any of you in the comments can help us, that would be great. Anyway, the Array is an entertainment group that shows a variety of different acts through the year, from illusionists to comedy acts to dancing and singing. This newest addition to Pigeon Forge has gotten good reviews, and we intend to visit them this year and check out the show. I'll let you know how it goes in a future video. Now, for those of you who are looking for indoor attractions, Pigeon Forge has you covered. Believe it or not, Tennessee gets cold, rain, and really hot at times. So for these days, here is a list of attractions that might be better for those kinds of days. The Titanic attraction is off of 441 and is great for folks who love a little tragedy with their entertainment. This attraction is inside a building half the scale of the original Titanic ship that sank in the Atlantic Ocean so many years ago. As guests, you will get to see authentic artifacts, walk up a staircase that is an exact replica of the original, and learn more about the people and the events leading up to the ship's tragic demise. I left a link in the description for my video on the Titanic. Close to, but not quite across the street from the Titanic, is the Hollywood Wax Museum. This museum is home to many legendary actors, singers, sports figures, and influential people throughout history. Well, at least wax replicas of them are. As you travel through the museum, you can rub elbows with the rich and famous and get selfies, and be a little silly too. Set up the perfect selfie at Beyond the Lens. Here, guests can walk their way through a technicolor world of selfies and photo shots. There are interactive sets and stages set up for every possible scenario. Pull out your acting skills because the perfect shot can only happen when you make it happen. If you enjoy places like Beyond the Lens, then WonderWorks might be a good fit, though this bizarre interactive museum is more about science than selfies. You will be turned upside down as you learn about hurricanes, magnets, and so much more. The interactive activities make learning fun for guests of all ages. Though Dollywood is by far one of the most popular attractions in Pigeon Forge, there is one other attraction that gives Dolly a run for their money. It's called the Island. This place is more of a complex, providing guests with food, entertainment, and shopping. For this video, I'm going to focus on entertainment only. Because the island is full of fun things to do, I won't bother covering everything there is to do, but I will run down a quick list. The Ferris wheel is the heart and soul of the island. This 200-foot tall metal structure spins day and night, giving guests spectacular views of the iconic Smoky Mountain National Park and the surrounding city. Day or night, the Ferris wheel provides a great show. Around the Ferris wheel are a wide assortment of amusement rides. There's a carousel and other rides for thrill seekers, though mostly the younger ones. The Island Rope Course is really the only attraction that has a little bit more of a thrill for older people. It would make me sweat since I'm not a huge fan of heights, so this one isn't one I'll be trying anytime soon. The island also has an arcade, mirror maze, and an escape room, as well as a 7D ride. Or 4D, or however many Ds there is. Skyfly! Soaring America is one of the newest additions to the island. This $20 million ride was designed by the same creators of Soarin' in Disney. Guests are transported across America using a massive dome projection screen and lifted up on chairs that move and sway guests as they fly above the screen. The attraction is not only visually stunning, but thrilling as well. And they also at least attempted to give guests a steampunk-inspired story to go along with the ride. Alcatraz, though on the outer perimeter of the island, is the last attraction that I will highlight. This museum explores the underbelly of society by taking a closer look at the criminal element. You'll learn about the most nefarious criminals in history, learn about their crimes, arrests, and in some cases, escape from prison. For those who want a true thrill ride, you might want to head up behind the island and take a look at what they have to offer. The Mountain Mile Plaza has a true monster of a ride. You can choose to be dropped, launched, or swung from their 200-foot iron towers. Though they aren't the only place in Pigeon Forge with this kind of ride, they are the newest. Jurassic Jungle Boat Ride is one of those classic rides that people love to hate. This dark ride has one of the worst reviews, but people are fascinated with it. It's been talked about in many videos, and people keep saying it's beyond creepy without intending to. Sign me up. The entire parkway is littered with a variety of other small attractions. There are kart races, escape rooms, arcades, and many other rides that are designed to nickel and dime you. The miniature golf courses are very popular, and there are many different kinds, from pirate and mermaid themes to candy themes to toy themed. There seems to be a wide enough variety to appeal to almost anyone. If you're willing to leave the parkway, there are a few other little gems of attractions that can be found. One is Parrot Mountain. This off-the-beaten trail attraction is up behind Dollywood on top of a mountain. Getting to the parking area can be an adventure, as the road leading up is narrow and very steep. I would advise just parking at the lower parking area if you're able to walk, because that road is sketchy. But it's worth the trip, since guests are given the chance to pet, feed, and learn about a huge variety of parrots from around the world. Of all the attractions in Pigeon Forge, this might be the one of the few that I would claim is worth the time and cost. Now, for those of you who enjoy winter or things that you can do in the winter, there are two places in Pigeon Forge where guests can not only play in the snow year long, but can also snow tube even in the summer. Pigeon Forge Snow and Smoky Mountain Snow Park are two places that you can do just that. Pigeon Forge Snow is an indoor attraction that offers snow tubing and snowman building year-round. This attraction is behind the island next to the Mountain Mile Plaza. They're open year-round and are completely indoors, so you can make a snowman in winter and summer. Smoky Mountain Snow Park is on the parkway. They also have snow tubing, but they offer a wider variety of other activities, though they're not an indoor park and weather can interfere with your plans. Pigeon Forge, like Gatlinburg, also stocks their rivers with trout. If you have a Tennessee fishing license and a trout stamp, you can go fishing. The West Prong Little River is just one of the many waterways that travel through Pigeon Forge and is stocked with trout year-long. Many fishing enthusiasts love to book hotels and places right up next to the river, drink a cup of coffee, and throw a line. Though not technically an attraction, this river is a must-see, even if you just take a stroll along the miles of gentle paved walkways that follow the river. The Apple Barn is also a popular attraction in Pigeon Forge that's not directly on the parkway, but pretty darn close. I've covered this attraction in a previous video, so if you want more information, I left a link in the description. Though more for food and shopping, the Apple Barn offers entertainment and can be a fun place to visit any time of the year. Pigeon Forge also has quite a few mountain coaster rides. I almost miss pointing these attractions out because they're a staple in the Smoky Mountains. I mean, how can you have a mountain without a mountain coaster? That would be just weird. Everywhere you look, you can find one, and Pigeon Forge has some of the biggest ones for sure. Three that stand out are the Smoky Mountain Alpine Coaster, Goats on a Roof, and the Rocky Top Mountain Coaster, just to name a few. These rides are really fun, and since you have control of how fast you're going, it's an attraction that can appeal to a lot of people. Each of the three coaster parks offers something unique and different, but Go on a Roof is probably one of the more bizarre ones. You can pet and feed a goat or play miniature golf with large robotic robots, all under one mountain coaster. Moving forward, or backwards, at least back down the parkway that is another place that is more about shopping and eating than entertainment, and that's the Old Mill District. This is an area that was built up from local crafters in the early days of Pigeon Forge and has since become a popular tourist destination. Many people enjoy going there to check out the local crafters, get dinner, or check out an event happening at Patriot Park, which is feet away from the Old Mill District. The biggest event that being the July 4th celebration, where everyone can enjoy free live music and food, and so much more. And that brings me to the last attraction I will point out, as it's also on the border of not actually being an attraction, Because I'm the one deciding if something's an attraction or not, I'm gonna put it in the video. The last and maybe best attraction in Pigeon Forge is the public transportation station. Yes, you heard me correctly, the public transportation station, which is up by the Old Mill District by Patriot Park. The transportation hub is where you can get on one of the famous trolleys in Pigeon Forge. There is plenty of free parking, and people can leave their cars and hop on a trolley bus all day. Unlike Gatlinburg, the trolleys do cost money, but for like $3 as of 2024, you can get an all-day pass to tour all of Pigeon Forge. Hop on and off wherever you want, talk with the knowledgeable drivers, and learn about Pigeon Forge from the comfort of a temperature-controlled bus. Though keep in mind that the bus is actually used for or by locals as well, so it's not a real tour bus, and don't treat it like that. If you plan on using the buses, I would download the Trolley app onto your phone. The app will give you times of bus arrivals, what and which color lines to go, and help you navigate the Pigeon Forge area. Okay, so that's the goal of the app. The application isn't as good, but they're trying. Really, they are. Unless you have a bus stop right outside your hotel or condo, starting your trolley adventure at the main station is the easiest place to go. All buses end up back here. You can pay for your pass with a credit card or cash. At least that was the case last time I was there. But it's public transportation, so no promises that things don't randomly change. If you hop on the bus from any bus stop, you can also pay with a credit card and purchase your ride with the driver. One of the last points I'll make about the trolley system is if you want to go to Gatlinburg and don't want to pay the parking fees, the Pigeon Forge trolley can send you to the Gatlinburg Visitor Center. There is a bus line dedicated exclusively to this job, shuttling people back and forth between the station. Once you are at the Gatlinburg Center, you can get on a Gatlinburg trolley at no cost and tour all of Gatlinburg. To get back to Pigeon Forge from Gatlinburg, you just need to pick up the transfer bus at the Ripley's Aquarium stop. Like many people who are from rural America, public transportation can be very daunting. But the system is pretty easy, and if you are confused or lost, just talk with the bus drivers and they will more than likely be able to help. The best part of Pigeon Forge is the variety of entertainment and things to do and see. If you never want to step foot in the park, you can find more than enough to do just in Pigeon Forge. There's also the added benefit of so much free accessible parking. But the downside to Pigeon Forge is the cost. If you did each of these attractions just one time, you'd be forking out thousands of dollars. Though we have tried a lot of them, we actually haven't done most of the things on this list. And those that we have done were done over years. Pigeon Forge is expensive. Look for coupons on Groupon or look online. Many places have discounts or coupons. And do your research. Narrow down your search and make a list of the must-sees and do's. And cover your kids' eyes as you pass arcade after arcade as you travel down the parkway. Blindfolds might be the only way to avoid having to mortgage your house out or max your credit cards to afford your vacation. Okay, there, I did it. I covered all the main attractions in Pigeon Forge in just 20 minutes. But I won't lie and say I covered all of them. If you have any attractions that I didn't cover or feel that they should be pointed out, please let me know about them in the comments. We love hearing from others. I hope this video helps you plan your visit to the Smoky Mountains. You're getting an honest review from our personal experiences, but facts and things change, so please keep us in the loop if you've learned anything new and want to share your experiences in the comments. Thanks again for visiting us at Bare Facts of the Smoky Mountains. Please click that like button and subscribe to our channel.